Hello YouTube, thank you for tuning in. Today I wanted to go ahead and go over some information about the Microtech Mini Troodon. First, let me start by saying I'm hoping to answer a few questions of things that I can't normally find on videos. One of my main purposes for making this video is I feel that as of late, most of the mentality nowadays is built on an epidemic. Now, I'm not saying a pandemic, I'm saying an epidemic. And the epidemic, I believe, is of impulse buying. And I feel this is important to mention for the reason that I happen to work at a company that accepts returns from a very big online company, and in every scenario and case of the matter, it's very clear that a lot of people do not plan or do research when it comes down to purchasing. It is simply impulse buying. It's clear that a lot of these things that these people return are junk. They are in no way quality or anything like that, and the slimmest amount of information could have been found out by just simply doing their research, looking at reviews, checking out videos, and that's something I tend to do. I go through as many videos as I can, go online, take pictures, and I also tend to use a ruler just to kind of get the gist of an item before I buy it. And as I'm sure many of you know, just this Mini Troodon, comes at a hefty price. It's a lot higher than is comfortable for most people, and it's not always easy to sit there and tell what you're getting. So I just wanted to take a few minutes real quick just to show you and give you an idea of what you have. Of course, a lot of people tend to show it. There are other videos of such things, but I wanted to go ahead and give you a direct size comparison to the item. And another company has done this that I have seen online, and I think it's very thorough, but I haven't seen it done with this specific item. So when it comes down to the Mini Troodon, I feel that it really should be stated as much as possible just the size you are expecting when it comes down to this item. So as you can see, it has a well, it kind of blurs in and out, but it is a hefty blade on the item that is even a small piece. And the thing I want to show you to go ahead and compare it directly, and this may be the most easiest thing in the world, is a lighter. And it's hard to tell just from the directionals right here, but once you go ahead and close it and you hold the items together, they are exactly the same. They're exactly the same size. They are pretty much the exact same girth. Someone out there, I'm sure, could eyeball it and say, well, you're not including the clip, and that is very true. But the item itself, if you do remove the clip, it just has a similar size to that. And that's something I wish I would have known. Just in general, it would have given me peace of mind. I still would have bought the item when I did, and I still love the piece. But it would have been nice to sit there and have something to compare it to, go to the, any of the discount stores and stuff like that, pick up a lighter and say, hey, is this going to be comfortable for me to go ahead and hold in my hand to go ahead and actuate a blade? From right here, you can kind of see the blade itself is a little more than half of the lighter piece, but it is very much an exact replica as far as what we're looking at just in the hand, the pinky ratio and stuff like that. So when you're considering this item, I want you to be able to go ahead and do your research, look at all the videos online and stuff like that, and then just go to a store, pick up one of these if you actually don't. I personally don't smoke, but I did pick this up to go ahead and do for this video, and hold it in your hand. See whether it feels like this is going to be comfortable as a knife, because the most direct thing is when I'm holding this, you can see my finger wraps right around there, and it is pretty much right on par. So hopefully that gives you an idea for any of the research, any of the other people considering to go ahead and get this Microtech Mini Troodon as a piece they want to add to either the collection or for safety reasons. I firmly believe the blade itself is very very acceptable in any regards to what's considered either useful or defensive wise. Of course, you have to be careful. One other thing that I did feel was important to mention really quickly was just that when it comes down to Microtech items, and this doesn't get too much of a focus, but when it comes down to a lot of the stonewashed finishes, there is what seems to be striations on the blade, and I'm going to try and get it on here where it can kind of show you. It's not easy, but it's something I wish would have been shown directly when I was first looking at the item. So as you look and see, just from very subtle angles, right there on the top, you can see lines going straight up and down. That's the striations, or maybe people consider them grind lines, but the fact of the matter is they are very prominent when you have this item. It's not a clean, flush piece, as opposed to the Microtech Exo set, which this one does have a coating to it, and you can tell very clean coating that doesn't show those striations. They're not prominent, they don't show, and some people that may feel like a difference. Actually, I am kind of seeing it a little bit, but it definitely is not pronounced when it comes down to the black coating. And that's one thing I felt was important to know if you're considering either black coating or if you're going ahead and considering the stonewash. Okay, so that's my short little video. Don't want to take up too much more of your time. Just wanted to throw those pieces out there. If you are considering this item, I hope that that does broaden your mind. Go ahead and step off to a discount store, get a lighter, hold it in your hand, ask yourself, can I imagine paying about $300 for this? Is this comfortable for me, and will I love it? So I don't regret my choice as far as getting it, but I do still wish I could have had that reference before I was buying it, just to go ahead and get the comfortability. Okay, so thank you very much, YouTube, anybody watching this, for checking in. I do hope to make other videos in the future, hopefully a few more in depth and kind of the same same theme in showing you guys items or questions that I didn't feel I was able to find in other research that I was able to do. Okay, well, you guys have a great one, and we'll talk to you again.